This is a gourmet mushroom that can be found in the cold months from October to February. These are wood blewits, a delicious mushroom, but it must be cooked thoroughly because they are toxic raw or undercooked, potentially causing gastric upset. Once cooked though, they are safe and delicious and are sometimes served in top restaurants. The fungus that produces these is a saprophyte feeding on leaf litter, so you find it most commonly in woodlands and hedgerows, but it can be found in grassland too, where there's leaf litter. The cap starts convex with inturned edges, but it soon flattens with age, and the edges even turn up when very mature. When young, the cap colour is a lovely lilac, purple or blue colour, but it fades with age to more of a brown and even pale brown colour eventually. The gills are very crowded and they do attach to the stem either broadly or slightly notched, and in terms of colour they start off pretty much like the cap, so lilac, purple or blue, but with age they can also fade and can be paler. The stem is also bluey purple and a bit fibrous looking, normally quite thick and stout, although occasionally can be fairly thin, and it can be slightly bulbous at the base. The smell is pleasantly mushroomy or even slightly perfumed or fruity. And the taste is great. It has a lovely texture as well, very meaty, although they can hold a lot of water, so it might not be as meaty in texture if you harvest them when there's been a lot of rain. They can be used for most dishes, and it's a mushroom that dries very well as well, so it's a great one for slicing up, drying and then rehydrating in your cooking. As for potential confusions, there are other blewits like the field blewit and the sordid blewit. They're very similar looking, but they're equally nice and edible as long as they're cooked. Some of what we call webcap mushrooms are probably the most concerning because there are several species of webcap that do have similar purple coloration. Not all of them are toxic, but it's still just worth avoiding them. Now, to tell them apart, first of all you have smell. Webcaps don't smell anywhere near as nice as wood blewits. Also, webcaps, when they are very young, they have a cortina, which is a bit like a veil covering the gills, except it's more like a web-like structure. And when webcaps develop and open up, those web-like structures come away from the edge of the cap and they cling to the stem. You can't really see them, but what you can see is the rust discoloration, because what happens is the rust-coloured spores fall from the gills and they discolour these web-like structures that are clinging to the stem. The result is that a mature webcap will show a rust-coloured band around the stem. However, the safest thing to do as a beginner is a spore print, and I say that because obviously when you are a beginner, smell might not be that conclusive to you, and also this rust-coloured band that you see on mature webcaps, it theoretically could be washed away by rain, so I think the best thing to do is a spore print when you are new, because the spores of the wood blewit will be an off-white to pale pink colour, whereas the spores of all webcaps will be a deep rust colour.